This movie is great. I honestly think it's up there with Spider-Man 2. It's not as good, but almost there. This is a spoiler-filled review, so beware. If you want me to make a spoiler-free review, comment down below, because at the moment I'm just gonna make a spoiler-filled review. Now onto the review itself. I love the movie. I think it's nearly perfect for a Spider-Man movie, obviously. The acting is very good, especially when Aunt May dies. Everyone puts in their best. Even though there wasn't that much character development for Aunt May in any of the older Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, it still was sad and very impactful, which is all I really wanted. Mainly because the acting and directing and the music are just phenomenal, and it was just perfect, basically. And also, Tobey and Andrew did a really good job in the movie, and the whole theater was screaming when they came through, especially Tobey Maguire. And dude, when people, they were like screaming, "That's my boy!" It was hilarious, and it was great. It was kind of like Avengers Endgame. People were just screaming on the crossover stuff. Also, the villains, they did a really good job. In my opinion, Green Goblin shined the most. He's an amazing villain, and acting is really good. Also, and I loved his part as the main villain. I love the movie, but there are a couple problems. Minor problems. MJ is bad in Homecoming and in Far From Home, in my opinion. She doesn't feel like MJ. She just feels forced and not interesting. On the bright side, this movie makes her more interesting and more compelling character, but she still has the sassy personality moments that just feel very... they're not good, you know, like the Scooby-Doo moment when he said, "Let's Scooby-Doo this shit." When Doctor Strange said that, she had to say, "Oh yeah, but this is actually your problem," or say "please" or something. But I feel like that just felt forced and unnecessary. Another problem is the MCU humor. The humor is good in some scenes, like the part where Tobey and Andrew are introduced, and it's actually pretty funny. The humor in other parts are forced and unnecessary, and yeah. Another problem is the Matt Murdock scene, aka Daredevil. It felt unnecessary and was only there to say that Daredevil is in the MCU, but overall it makes sense to give him a small role, but it still felt forced. He should have been in the movie maybe a bit longer, like 2 minutes or something, you know? Because all the lawyer stuff just felt kind of forced, and I don't know, it just felt like... it felt like they were just like setting him up for something, you know, which they obviously are. Overall, that's really all of my complaints. I loved the movie. It was fun. It had a lot of great callbacks and references. The movie also had extremely good moments, especially in the serious moments, which are my favorite parts of the movie. The ending was great and really showed that being Spider-Man has consequences and you have to deal with them. Also, there's no Iron Man helping Tom Holland in this movie, which is great. Every problem is on him and himself. Also, the writing is great, dialogue is great, and not that cringy besides the MCU moments, or MCU humor moments, whatever. Also, the villains got their own time to shine, and I do wish there was a sixth villain instead of the finger-licking 5 or whatever, you know. But overall, this was one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, and has a lot of heart, which is all I wanted. In Far From Home, there wasn't a good balance of tone, but in this movie, there honestly was for the most part, you know, besides some scenes where they should have been fully serious, but instead they had to have one joke in it or whatever. Now on to the post-credit scenes, and my predictions for the future of Spider-Man. I'm worried about like Venom in the MCU. It could be good, but I didn't like Venom Let There Be Carnage at all. The dialogue was cringy, and the story was just bad, and I had no creativeness in it. I did enjoy Venom 1 as a dumb fun movie, and I hope they can manage to make a heartfelt Spider-Man movie in the future, like No Way Home or Homecoming or whatever, instead of Far From Home or Venom 2, you know. I have a feeling it will be like Far From Home or Venom 2 because they treat Venom as a comedy machine, which kind of sucks. He should be a rated R, and he should be rated R and be killing people in a brutal way, super bloody and stuff like that. Now onto the Doctor Strange trailer. I think it looks really good. The visuals are phenomenal. The story looks pretty good, and it sees like a darker Doctor Strange type of story, and seeing the darker alternate Doctor Strange is also very cool. It seems very different and serious, and I'm loving this type of movie instead of having comedy put into it and feeling forced. Overall, also, I think Ned will become the Hobgoblin in Spider-Man 5, not 4. And 4, I think they'll set it up, and 5, they'll actually have it. If not, maybe 4 will have it, but probably in 5. Spider-Man 5, because in the movie he says, I promise you I won't become a villain, and I think they're actually hinting at him becoming Hobgoblin in the future, which I'm very excited about, for the future of Spider-Man. I hope they actually succeed, and I recommend you watch No Way Home, and that's about it. Bye.